Story Chiak Hu Then Du. The Story of the Magic Jar. Once upon a time, there were two brothers. The older brother became rich thanks to trading, while the younger brother worked as a firewood cutter, so he only built enough to make it through the day. When he arrived, his younger brother was in financial need and had no money to make a feast for his grandparents. He went to his brother's house to beg, but his brother only gave him a boiled pig's leg and sent him home. The younger brother was carrying a boiled pig's leg as he passed through a forest. Suddenly he heard a pitiful groan. He went there and saw an old woodcutter whose leg had fallen on his leg, screaming and wailing. Out of compassion, the younger brother carried the tree to another place and helped the old woodcutter up, intending to give him a boiled pig's leg to comfort him. Feeling his brother's kindness, the old woodcutter refused and said, "I want to repay your kindness, so please take this pig's leg to the stone cave over there to meet the mountain gods, if they ask to exchange it. If you don't want to exchange pork trotters for jade and gold, you have to ask for a clay jar in exchange. It's a magic jar that gives you whatever you wish for, but don't be greedy, just wish for enough and most importantly, help the poor. When you have enough, shout loudly, 'Enough,' and the jar's mouth will naturally open." Close. Listening to the old woodcutter's instructions, the younger brother went to the cave and clearly saw the mountain gods dancing and playing. At that time, the mountain gods smelled the smell of a roasted pig, looked back and saw the younger brother hanging outside the cave, and immediately called in to tell him to exchange the pig's feet for gold and jade. The younger brother definitely refused, only accepting in exchange for a clay jar. In the end, the mountain gods had to exchange the clay pot for pig's feet. Then the younger brother happily brought the clay pot home to show off to his wife. Then the couple got whatever they wished for. Soon the younger brother and his wife became rich and happy. They wished for more gold and silver and then distributed it to the poor in the village. The rumor that the younger brother had a magic jar spread everywhere. The older brother immediately went to his house to see if it was true. It was exactly as people said. The older brother was moved by greed and told the younger brother to exchange the clay jar for his entire inheritance. Knowing that the older brother was greedy, if he got the magic jar, he would crave wealth and forget kindness, so the younger brother refused to barter with him. However, the older brother still did not give up his dream of owning the clay jar. Came up with a trick, asked his younger brother's servant to steal the magic jar, and then the older brother and his wife escaped on a boat to the sea. At that time, the older brother heard that there was a shortage of salt in other places. If there was a lot of salt, he would sell it for a lot of money, so he brought the magic jar to make a wish. Salt poured out from the jar like running water, and soon it filled the whole boat. It was difficult because the older brother only knew the wish to have the salt, and the wish for the jar lid to close was unknown, so the salt kept flowing like water overflowing from a broken dike, flooding the whole boat and sinking. Both the brother and his wife drowned in the ocean. Because no one knew how to wish for the lid of the magic jar to close, the salt flowed all over the ocean and dissolved in the water, making the sea water as salty as it is today. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.